reads all the work that you've done leading up. But for instance, when I did Devilman Crybaby, I just came into the studio, wasn't even told that I was working on that project. I just came in and they said, hey, you're voicing Akira. And they showed me some footage of the Japanese and we just got started. We recorded all of it within maybe 2-3 hour sessions. So there wasn't any time to prepare. You just had to sink in, or dig in. And so all my prior experience from dubbing, the voiceover work was my preparation.
You practice by playing, and when we were kids that was pretty easy because we would just do that all the time. We'd make up stories and voices and characters and worlds and we'd play, and we got usually pretty good at that. But then that wasn't celebrated as we grew, so we didn't keep those skills up, and this is a place where you can. And so when you're comfortable being playful and vulnerable, then amazing things can happen. And wonderfully, usually the team behind you is so interested in you succeeding that they're like, we love the choices you're making, and I've got thoughts, I've got direction, I've got ideas how to make it even better. And it's not this competition of who's right, it's this, let's build this together and make it all it can be, which is likely to be way better than the individual sum of its parts that we each uniquely bring. Let's build magic together. What a great job to have, because that's playtime in value.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, who wants to work if you can't play, right?
I don't know lawyers.
I feel like lawyers have some fun too.
Depends on which case you're watching, I guess.
Well, thank you all so much for your incredible insights on the industry and all of your work. At this time, I think we're going to open up to some audience questions. I believe we have Risa, are you in the back of the room? Great, so there is our volunteer with a microphone. Feel free to raise your hand, she'll come find you, and we'll take some audience questions.
How many years have you been voice acting?
I started in 2010, so it's been about 12 years.
I started in about 2000.
I was about 02, 03.
This is for Kisifet.
That's a great band name.
It is a great band name. What are the properties of bungee gum?
The properties of bungee gum. It's a family show, right?
Yes.
But yours not family friendly, the properties? I'm curious.
Not so family friendly. Should we be saying this? This isn't a program. The properties, like breaking it down, like chemically, please, Keith.
Bungee gum contains the properties of both rubber and gum, you see. But now I'm really curious about
the then is any of it worth it?
the men is very important, yes.
That's like it takes pills. It takes 2 pills.
It takes two.
No, we're not doing that.
We did. It happened.
Hi there. So, which voice performances that was the most challenging that you were either proud of or would want to improve on?
God, well, which one I would want to improve on? Anything I watch of myself in the past, like I just am the type of person, I can enjoy it, but if I'm thinking about it, I'm going to go, oh, why did I, you know what I mean? Why did they take that take? Why did I do it that way? So there's always a little bit of that because I will judge myself. That's what I do. Not in a terrible way that I'm uncomfortable, but so anything I do, I would always improve upon. What was like the most difficult type stuff? The most difficult role I played for me was I played a character named Johann Lieber in a show called Monster. It's a really cool series. He's a sociopath. It was very difficult because I like to joke around in between takes, and this was like a series that did not feel right to like make a joke and then drop back down into this like unfeeling monster character. So that was the hardest one that I worked on for me.
I don't know if anyone remembers this network that didn't work out called Quibi. I booked I have 3 leads in a show called Your Daily Horoscope, and I voiced 3 very distinct characters, and we would do all of it within 3 hours every Monday for 26 weeks. And it was so tough on my voice to be going from like a very high range to very low range, and so I was kind of glad that show stopped. But it was also I was proud of it though, because it was challenging and I got through it. I don't know if anybody saw that, probably not.
I did, I loved it.
I did.
You're great.
Yeah. And to Keith's point, one of the curses of this is that you're supposed to be a better actor tomorrow. So everything you look back on, you're like, oh, I've come so much further than that in my understanding of what it means to be alive, what it means to express myself. And like in particular for like challenge, you know, I got thrust into Dragon Ball as Tien Shin Han, like early in my career, and they're like, you've got a lot, by the way, you're fighting Goku and it's gonna take like 3 episodes to do a single tri-beam, and I'm like, oh, okay, so you would do these incredible builds over, you know, long build-ups, and you'd get to your 10 out of 10, they're like, we actually need 2 more stops above that, so you'd have to go back, down, drop it, 2 stops, go through it all again. And that was also, you know, because I was learning, I was getting better at my craft, I wasn't necessarily taking such good care of my instrument at that junction. Being in the gravel of my voice all the time, different things are happening. And that was when my body decided, tonsils aren't for you, sir. And so I did, as an adult, get my tonsils removed, but I was in mid-contract of a 150-episode contract, and so we did it over Christmas, we did as much as we could until then, and then I took 10 or 14 days off over Christmas, and I came back, and I was like, how much do you need of me? And they're like, how's all day sound? I'm like, we'll try, but, you know, after a while you go, this is the way I'm voicing is untenable. I can't keep doing it this way, where I just grind through it as a young person might. Get better at technique, get better at being allowed to heal, and then have a more consistent offering, which for all of us is a great goal for stamina and consistency.
I don't know if it's on.
Hi. So this is specifically for Jean-Lee and Child. What is it about those characters that you love or appreciate the most, like playing them?
Voicing John Lee, for me in studio, it gets me in a really meditative state. I mean, it really does. Because I'm dropping my voice down here, and everything is very smooth. And he always has something important to say, and he almost never picks up his pace unless it's an action or something. So it's a really fun place to be, if that makes sense. It's just comfortable. It is literally like an like meditation for me to like live there for a little while. So I like that, and I also really like. I'll snap this one. You know, it tastes the same as I remember.
I like that Child is duplicitous. Like, some lines he seems really friendly, and some lines you're like, whoa, what does that mean? And sort of playing that on that fine line of good and bad is enjoyable, I think. Hey girl, what's up?
Hi there. This is a question for Keith. I'm not sure how much you remember because it's one of your more obscure roles, but you play Shibuya Satoshi in Judgment.
Wait, say it again. What am I playing who?
Shibuya Satoshi in Judgment. I was just wondering if
Oh, Judgment. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Because I also did Castlevania Judgment, so I was like, I was going, no, that's the wrong name. Okay, got it.
Judgment.
Yeah.
You got that. Yeah. So I was just wondering what you really like about that character, or what you remember from production, any anecdotes you have.
I don't know. It's one of those ones where I only spent like one afternoon doing that character, so I kind of didn't know what was going to happen going in. And that was done we did that at PCB Productions, did that. And I mean, I remember just having a great time recording it and doing it. It just seemed like an awesome game and everything. I have not played it since, so I'm not sure. I know people love that game, but I'm not as connected with that afterlife of it, you know what I mean? Where I'm hearing all about it and I'm playing it and that sort of thing. So I don't know that I have the right answer for you, but I know he was not a nice guy. Right? We have a rooftop scene, right? Battle of the...
I know I'll never be the same. Shook my world so hard again. Wish I washed away my sins. He's a dead man walking, blank stare in his eyes. Should have given up on the ones I trust. Never should have been surprised when they shot him down. Cold blood to the ground.